Okay, so a while back I had had this Ampero Stomp borrowed for a few weeks and I had done some presets and some videos on it. And recently with the new update that came out, I wanted to take another look at it and kind of get to know it more. So we have the Ampero 2 Stomp kind of back in the house and we're going to do a few videos with it, make some presets. So today what I wanted to do was take some of the Dann Huff 80 studio tones that I had been doing on the Quad Cortex and try to recreate them on the Ampero 2 Stomp. And obviously it's a less powerful device, so you can't do it kind of like for like, but I wanted to kind of approximate the tones. So today what we're going to do is go through that preset that I've created. And this preset will be available on the Dropbox folder that I've set up to share. The link will be in the description, so you can go up there, just grab it, and install it on your Ampero 2 and try it out. So let's go ahead and run through this preset. So the base of the preset is I'm using a Fender Blackface Twin, and you can see I've got the volume down about 3.5. Your bass is pulled back a little bit. I'm pushing the mids quite a bit just to kind of fill in the sound, and then the trebles up just a tad. And then for the cab, I'm using a Mesa Boogie 2x12. For the mic, we're mixing the Dynamic 421 with the Ribbon 121. I've got the positioning on the cap edge, and I'm doing a little bit of a high cut, again, just to smooth off the top end. If you don't remember, in some of the previous videos I did, one of the things I discovered about the Stomp 2 is that you really need to implement a high cut to keep it from sounding real terrible. So rolling that high cut down, in this case 5500, which is kind of where I keep the clean tones. For distorted tones, which we'll get to another day, I roll that back a little bit more. But on this clean tone, 5500 is doing a good job. On the front of that, I've got a compressor. I'm using the Comparorama 4 as my compressor. Just a little bit of sustain, not doing a lot here. And on the back end, one of the key things for getting these 80s tones is do this dual detune. So I've got it set to -10 and +10 on the left and right. I don't have any delay on the detunes, and you can see I got them panned hard left, hard right. After that, we've got a club reverb for some ambience, and then we're running that into a dual delay with a 500 and 380 milliseconds. So another thing with these studio tones is I find they often ran the reverb into a delay, so that's what we're doing here. So that core tone sounds like this. So you can hear that detune is giving us kind of a nice round chorusing effect. You know, we've got the compressor on the front end squashing the signal, and then you've just got your nice ambience on the back, maybe set a little bit more than I would typically do, but that was kind of the 80s tone. So that's kind of our first scene. In this case, we go to scene 2, and what I'm doing is I'm turning on a second chorus. And again, this is a very common thing with some of these 80 tones, is to put a chorus in front of that detune. So it's kind of stacking chorus effects and kind of adding to that lushness you get. So that scene has that second chorus on it, kind of giving it a really lush effect. If I go to the 4 position on my Strat style guitar, and the 2 position as well. And then for the last scene, what I did is I took away that chorus and the compressor, and I added in just a tube screamer drive. And this is a pedal you see like on Lukather's pedal board a lot, just kind of for that drive sound into the Fender amp. And with the detune on it, it sounds like this. So the grittiness is kind of hidden behind that detune and the overall lushness of that 80s sound, which I think was pretty common in some of the lower gain lead sounds you'd hear of that era. And so, like I said, this preset will be available in that Dropbox folder. Go grab it, play with it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll be doing a few more presets on the Stomp 2 just to kind of play around with it, get to know it. So I hope you enjoyed this preset, and I hope you found the video helpful, and thanks for watching.